Hello there, welcome EastEnders fans and anyone else watching. Now I'm one of those few people that thinks that the concept of a soap needs to evolve in our country, needs to change. Now for years now I've been looking at that very soap, one that I could mould, one that really has been creatively weak for many years. And that soap is almost certainly for me EastEnders. Anyone who follows me on Twitter or on Facebook will see that I'm not happy at the state of EastEnders, and I believe creatively, I believe that EastEnders is extremely weaker than the other soaps. I'm sure you can comment under this video and tell me what you think. I have an idea, a plan for EastEnders. Now we've got to remember, by the way, I'm Mike, pleased to meet you all. You've got to remember I have no connections to the BBC or the entertainment industry. Now if you go to the BBC website, they will tell you if you've got any, basically they'll tell you if you've got any script ideas not to send them in. Because basically they say we've got all our script writers here, we don't need anyone else. Now I think this is really short-sighted to say to any member of the public, even if you've got great ideas or you want to work with us, unless you work with us already, you've got no chance. You go over to America, if you go to the cable networks, they will listen to new ideas. They will, because they know that people can come up with ideas. Just because you don't work within the industry doesn't mean you can't be a great storyteller. I have a way, as I've said in many videos before, and I'll keep on making these videos by the way, I have an idea to evolve EastEnders. To change EastEnders, not to only make it the most popular show in the United Kingdom, but the most popular show in the world. That's by changing it, by tweaking what EastEnders is, by saying it's time to change what it means to be a soap. Now my idea is that the whole element of EastEnders is to immerse Albert Square in a crime war, a battle for organised crime gangs to battle for power in Walford. So a kind of a modern day Game of Thrones, if you like. Now, what's happened by this time is the council and the government are not in control of Walford. The police will not step forward. It's become a war. It's become a battleground, if you like. Now, the element of all of this would begin with bringing back an old character. Now, I've moaned to myself about EastEnders constantly relying on old characters to bring up the ratings. I've done it again with Kathy. In fact, Kathy is the only interesting element to EastEnders at the moment. That just goes to show you how creatively weak they are. My idea is bringing back Chrissy Watts, the very woman who killed Dirty Den. While she's been in jail, she's been busy. She's been forming a crime syndicate to take over Walford. To take over organised crime in Walford. But there's another crime gang who wants to do the same thing. And that crime gang is run by Aaron Wilmot Brown, the very guy who's the grandson of James Wilmot Brown. Chrissy will get out of jail. There will be a big violent gun battle in the middle of Albert Square where many people are killed. And then the crime war begins. The ordinary residents of Albert Square, some of them will stand up to be counted and create a resistance movement against the crime war. Now, all the soapy stories that you see in EastEnders will be the backdrop of the show. The main element will be this crime war. That's the idea. I've also got many ideas, and if you read some of my kind of short fictions on my Facebook page, I Want to Run EastEnders. Yeah, a bit of an arrogant title for a page, but there you have it. I've even come up with a great story for Mick and Linda. Now this story is a kind of Gone Girl story where Linda vanishes, and she vanishes for so long, and Mick gets accused of killing her. Did he do it? Didn't he do it? Now my idea in this story would be to actually have Linda vanish for a while, but in the end we have a backflash and we see what actually happened to her. Now while she's gone, Mick's going through the mill. Not only is he worried about what's happened to his wife, if you believe he's innocent, he's being accused of having something to do with her abduction. Did he kill her? Did he take her? What's going on here? Slowly, what I would love to do with the character of Mick Carter is break him. Break everything that he is. Have him in the ground as a weeping mess. Because Mick Carter has started as a pure-hearted character, if you like. So you can't evolve his character, so you've got to devolve him. I would compare Rick from The Walking Dead. Starts off pure-hearted, and now look, slowly his soul gets darkened, which I think is a fabulous thing to watch in the essence of storytelling. So I want to devolve the character of Mick Carter. And with someone as brilliant as Danny Dyer, this will be brilliant to chip away at this character. So that's just one of my ideas. But really, what I want is to mould EastEnders, take it a different direction. It would still have those soapy elements, but of course, everything has to change. Now, if the BBC like it or not, they are going to become a commercial service. They are going to become a subscription service. And no matter who you are in the world, any television network that is commercial, that has sponsors, that has a subscription service, has to have massive franchises. AMC, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. These are franchises that these networks rely on. Now, EastEnders, the name EastEnders, the BBC have been living off that name without actually doing anything good with the show. If EastEnders was on ITV, it would have been cancelled by now. That's why ITV wanted to cancel Emmerdale in 1989 and actually create a new soap. And it was Phil Redmond, the creator of Hollyoaks and Grange Hill, who said, no, give it to me and I'll change it, I'll evolve it, I'll tweak it. Look at Emmerdale now. So what I'm suggesting isn't an amateur idea, isn't something you can say, what a stupid idea, it's been done before. By doing this, and I've got many ideas within this concept. I've got an idea of bringing Grant Mitchell back, but in a great, intense way. First, we see an older Courtney Mitchell, who she joins Chrissy Watts' crime syndicate, and then Grant arrives to try and pull her out, and then you see that element. What I would want to do from the notes I've written is actually have Grant and his daughter actually have this twisted father-son relationship. Father-son, no sex change yet. More on that on another video. But basically, yeah, I would want them to have a twisted father-daughter relationship, and I would be really interested in that. And if Ross Kemp will be interested in that. I am just an ordinary Joe with an idea. I love EastEnders, but I don't love what it is. I'm hurt. I'm disgusted what's happened to the show, but I can save it. We all can together. We have to show the BBC, who unfortunately is answerable to no one because it is government funded. It is funded by you as well, but you don't have a say in what happens in EastEnders. I personally believe that this idea can work. EastEnders could be the biggest show in the world, and I think EastEnders should be. When EastEnders first came out, it was bold and brave, and it was random, and the villains used to win. A bit like Game of Thrones. The villains win in Game of Thrones, don't they? Frustrating at times. I don't want EastEnders to be a fairy tale where the goodies win and the baddies, something stupid happens and they lose. That is one of the main elements of EastEnders that Tony and Julia created. EastEnders can be fabulous. My idea will make you excited to watch EastEnders. You won't be watching it on demand because you can't wait till the next episode. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to make happen. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this just like that. Ordinary Joe, no connections, but you can help me. Follow my Facebook page. I want to run EastEnders. Help me do this, because at this moment in time, EastEnders is dying. And when the BBC become commercial, become a subscription network, EastEnders will die, unless there's someone in there who cares enough about this show and its history to save it. You and me can make that change if you want to. I want to run a transparent EastEnders where we actually listen to the viewers. And if we can make happen what they want to happen, and if we will listen to their criticism and do something about it rather than say, oh no, what do you know? You've never worked here. We all know what we want to watch in our TV shows. EastEnders should be bigger than X Factor, bigger than Strictly. How dare those shows get more ratings than EastEnders? If done properly, EastEnders can be something special. Get in touch. Thank you very much. Movies TV Mad on Twitter.